Hello, bankers. A very good evening to all of you. Welcome back. Welcome to JIB CV Prep. So, guys, in this particular session, we are going to practice or discuss our unit number 7, which is very small unit, capital and revenue expenditure, right? So, you can expect a downside 2 question from based on this particular unit for maximum 2 marks. Okay. So basically, in previous two exam papers, they generally ask like which statement is correct regarding the major differentiation between capital and revenue expenditure, or sometime they'll give you some examples and you have to find out the correct about the capital as well as revenue expenditure. Okay, very simple one, and I'll make sure that after watching this particular one, you will be able to score that 1 or 2 marks, right? So, introduction, expenditure. Then we have distinction between capital and revenue expenditure. This is the core. So we have revenue receipt, right? So first, I'll quickly brief this particular one. Though we already have discussed this particular session in our concept classes, already done with the concept classes for all the 35 units of your AFM. आई होप कि आपने देख लिया होगा. मॉड्यूल वाइज कंपाइलेशन इज ऑल्सो देयर. तो अगर नहीं देखा है तो प्लीज गो थ्रू दैट पर्टिकुलर, एटलीस्ट वॉच मॉड्यूल ए एंड बी टिल द टाइम, तो जब तक हम आपका मॉड्यूल ए एंड बी के सारे यूनिट्स को कवर अप करते हैं, राइट? सो गाइज, distinction between these two: capital expenditure, which is expenditure on creating permanent assets like property, plants, equipments, goodwill, patent, copyright, trademarks and all. So basically, these are long-term expenditures. They generally spend on the capacity building of that particular organization. These type of expenditure, they are generally part of the asset side of balance sheet. Then we have a revenue expenditure. So revenue expenditure, these are expenditure on day-to-day activities of the business like rent, salary and all. ठीक है? So benefit of these particular expenditure are limited to a accounting period. ठीक है? जैसे आपने कोई एम्प्लॉय रखा, उसको रेंट, आपका सैलरी दिया, कोई रेंट पे आपने ऑफिस किया तो उसका सैलरी, कोई यूटिलिटी एक्सपेंस या अदर टाइप ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस, राइट? So these are the major differences. First we'll talk around the capital. So amount spent is usually large. The purpose is improve or to enhance business or productive earning capacities. The benefit is basically long-term duration. These are usually non-recurring in nature, shown in balance sheet asset size. ठीक है? Side. So then we have revenue expenditure. It is relatively low if you compare with the capital. Purpose is to maintain the fixed asset in a good working condition. Benefit is short-term duration, or then these are recurring in nature, like you have to pay rent on monthly basis or salaries on monthly basis or the payroll dues and other taxes and all. ठीक है? It is shown under the profit and loss account. ठीक है? So this is the major difference. हमने बहुत डिटेल में आपका कॉन्सेप्ट क्लासेस के अंदर इनको डिस्कस किया है. जो भी मैकमिलन का कंटेंट आपका उसके अराउंड परफेक्ट समरी हमने वहाँ पर डिस्कस किया हुआ है, और इट इज़ अराउंड 25 to 30 minute सेशन ओनली. ठीक है? अगर आपने देखा होगा, सो यू नॉट फेस एनी challenges. Now this is a time for practice. So we will start our practice with very first question on your screen, right? So you have given 5 statement and you have to find out the correct statement. So out of given statement, which of the following statement is correct? ठीक है? So which statement is correct out of the given 5 statement? ठीक है? तो इनमें से कौन से करेक्ट हैं, कौन से इनकरेक्ट हैं? विद दिस, if you have that much of understanding, so you are all okay with this particular subject topic. ठीक है? तो सबसे पहले आपका statement 1. So what is statement 1 is saying? Purchase of land for expansion of business operation is considered as capital expenditure, which is true, as it add the company fixed asset. So first statement is true, right? Second statement, statement 2, repairing on old piece of machinery by adding a new part on it to improve the operational efficiency for next 5 years. So this is also capital expenditure, but they have mentioned revenue, so this is wrong. So this is a false statement. Statement 3, salaries paid to staff working in the manufacturing department are classified as revenue expenditure, 100% true, as they directly related to the operational cost. So this is a true statement. Statement 4, The cost incurred for installation a new software system in a company is capital expenditure. Purchase of software as well as installation of machinery as well as softwares, ठीक है? Test run. These all type of costs are generally part of capital expenditure. So this is true. Long-term benefits. So what will be your answer? True. Final statement, statement 5. Expenses incurred for regular maintenance of vehicles, these are revenue expenditure by a company executive, are classified as capital. No, these are revenue expenditure as they essential for keeping this working condition. So this is false, right? So you have to find out the true answer. So which statement is true? First, then we have a third, and we have fourth. Okay? So first, second and three, okay? These are true statement, and your second and fifth is wrong statement. Okay? Understood? तो एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है एंड इट कैन बी फॉर 2 marks. ठीक है, तो इसके बाद यू विल सी द ऑप्शन 1 2 3 एंड 4 ओनली, और 1 2 ओनली, इस तरीके से आपका. सो यू हैव टू फाइंड आउट द करेक्ट वन. ठीक है, दिस इज द डिटेल सोल्यूशन. सो आई विल शेयर दिस पीडीएफ सो यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट पर्टिकुलर वन. नेक्स्ट वन. Which of the following is an example of capital expenditure? So wages to workers, it is the revenue, right? So it is revenue expenditure. Purchase of machinery, it is capital expenditure, capex, right? So B should be right answer. Rent, again revenue, and salaries to employees, again revenue. So what will be our correct answer? B will be right answer for this one. ठीक है, इसमें आप ज़्यादा टेंशन नहीं लगेगा. Next one. Which of the following is true regarding revenue expenditure? So it is incurred to enhance the earning capacity of the business. So this is about the capital expenditure. It is long-term expense again. So it is capital expenditure. It incurred for day-to-day functioning of the business. Okay, so this is true. Revenue expenditure. Fourth one is it is capitalized and shown as an asset. So capital expenditure are shown as an asset. Okay, so these are the. So option C will be right answer for this particular question. ठीक है, समझ में आ रहा है सबको? हाँ या ना? जल्दी से कमेंट्स में लिख के बताइए. नेक्स्ट वन. A bank spent money to purchase land for opening a new branch. So it will be classified as capital expenditure. Okay, so option A only will be right answer. So property, plants, equipments, goodwill, patent, copyrights, these all are, okay, spent on these particular one. Or even you have to remember that accounting standard 10 about the costing things and all, okay? So that generally comes under this. Which of the following statement true regarding the capital expenditure? So it result in an increase in the current profit. So it is about the revenue. It is usually recurring and is part of regular operating expenses revenue. It showed on the balance sheet as an asset capital. So this that means option C will be right answer. It is expense in the income statement. So it is about the revenue. Okay, so with these particular statements as well, you will have some kind of learnings. Okay, next one. An organization spend money on repair and maintenance of existing machinery. So this will be which type of expenditure? This is the case of revenue expenditure, right? So it will be revenue expenditure, right? So maintenance, please do take care about this thing again. So if we are doing some, we are adding some spare parts which is increasing the overall useful life of that particular asset, that is capital expenditure. But to maintain that particular asset in a working condition, that is generally part of the revenue expenditure, right? So revenue repair and maintenance are considered as revenue expenditure because they are incurred to maintain an asset in working condition but do not increase its future earning capacity or extend its useful life. It is clearly mentioned here. These expenses are typically deducted in the year in which they are incurred or in that particular accounting year, right? Next one. Which of the following is considered as revenue expenditure? So this kind of question you can get for 1 marks. Okay? So you have given 3 statements and you have to find out which statement is related to revenue expenditure. Okay? So furniture, we have purchased furniture worth 20,000. This is capital expenditure. Construction cost 30,000. So this is again capital expenditure. Replacement of old machine with new machine, this is also capital expenditure. That means your answer will be none. Yes. So D will be right answer for this particular question. So none of the above, because all the three given expenditure, they are accounted as capital expenditure. Next one, fill in the blank in the statement. Statement 1, 2 and 3. Again, one marker question. Okay. So under capital expenditure, the amount spent is usually high, or what have high or large. Okay, large. They have given large in the option. Okay. Large. Capital expenditure shown in the balance sheet or asset side of the balance sheet. Okay. So balance sheet, asset side आपका, ठीक है. Then third one is revenue expenditure. They are recurring in nature, right? So large balance sheet and recurring. ठीक है. Large, no, this will be not. ठीक है. So small, large balance sheet, non-recurring, no. So option D, yes. So large balance sheet and recurring. So D will be right answer for this particular question. बहुत ही simple है. ठीक है. इससे आसान क्या हो सकता है? ठीक है. चलो. Next one. Which of the following would be classified as capital expenditure under normal accounting practices? So cost of advertisement. This is cost of advertisement is generally categorized as, it comes under the revenue expenditure. It is categorized as deferred revenue expenditure. Okay, we will practice one question based on this. Okay. Cost of raw material for production. So it is major category revenue. It is also revenue. Cost of installing a new machinery. It is capital expenditure. Utility bills are again your revenue expenditure. So C will be right answer for this particular one. Okay, so like let's say we purchase a machinery from let's say from we imported it from US, okay, and our plant is located in Delhi, right? So this purchase cost plus freight plus warehousing plus test run plus आपका नॉन रिफंडेबल टैक्सेस, ठीक है, नॉन रिफंडेबल टैक्सेस, दीज ऑल आर जनरली कम्स अंडर द कॉस्टिंग. ठीक है. तो ये आपका सारे कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर्स के अंदर आपका आएंगे, बिकॉज दे आर पार्ट ऑफ द कॉस्ट. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे देन आपका टेस्ट एंड फिटिंग एंड ऑल दे ऑन. ठीक है. तो ये सब आपका, उसके बाद की जो जर्नी होगी दैट विल बी इन रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. नेक्स्ट वन, क्लासिफाई द कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर विद सी एंड रेवेन्यू विद आर. तो एक बार फिर से हम लोग इनको आपका देख लेते हैं. वी हैव 7 स्टेटमेंट. ठीक है. सो परचेज of a new factory building, so it is capital expenditure. It is capital expenditure. Repair and maintenance of expense for the existing machinery, revenue expenditure. Acquisition of patent for a new technology, patent acquire हम लोग कर रहे, so that will be permanent part, so capital expenditure. Purchase of raw material, it is revenue expenditure. Payment of salaries, again revenue expenditure. Installation of new software to improve the efficiency, capital expenditure. एडवर्टाइजिंग एक्सपेंस आपका रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. ठीक है. तो दिस इज द सीक्वेंस. तो अगर आप इस तरीके से इन 7 स्टेटमेंट्स के आंसर कर पा रहे हैं, सो यू आर इन अ सेफ हैंड, राइट. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग डिस्टिंग्विश फीचर ऑफ कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, दैट मींस विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज ट्रू अबाउट द कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. It relate to routine business activities. This is something related to revenue. It is deducted in full of from the income in the year incurred. It is again revenue. It enhance the earning capacity. This is capital. So this will be right answer. It is recorded in balance sheet. This is also, it is not okay. It is not recorded in balance sheet. That means it is a revenue one. ठीक है. तो आपका जो रेवेन्यू है, दे जनरली पार्ट ऑफ द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. सो सी विल बी करेक्ट आंसर फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर वन. नेक्स्ट वन, which of the following is not a characteristic of capital expenditure? It provide benefit for more than 1 year. This is true. It is capitalized and added to the cost of asset. True. It is typically related to maintenance of asset. It can be. It incurred to acquire fixed asset or enhance their value. This is also true. We have to go through all. It provide benefit for more than one accounting period. Not a characteristic. This is 100% true. It is capitalized and added to the cost. Okay. Okay. Option B, we can take one. It is typically related to the maintenance of the asset. So B should be right. So, okay. C is the right answer. We have to check the explanation part just. So capital expenditure it incurred to acquire and improve the long term asset, not अच्छा okay sorry how we missed this particular one, this was so simple यार, ठीक है. So मेंटेनेंस आपका, ठीक है. So this is maintenance कि कैपिटल मतलब जो मेंटेनेंस से रिलेटेड चीजें आपकी होती है, ठीक है. So that is part of your revenue expenditure, ठीक है. तो जैसे हम लोग आपका जो लेट्स से वी परचेज वन मशीनरी, सो उस मशीनरी का जो मेंटेनेंस में जो खर्चा हुआ है दैट विल बी पार्ट ऑफ आवर रेवेन्यू. हाउ डिड आई मिस दिस पर्टिकुलर वन, ठीक है. तो कैसे आपका मिस हुआ, बहुत आसान सा. नेक्स्ट वन, revenue expenditure refer to expenses incurred by a company in day-to-day operations to generate revenue. These expenses are this. Which of the following is not classified as revenue expenditure? तो इनमें से कौन सा revenue expenditure नहीं है, ठीक है. You will see this kind of question in your examination, ठीक है, even in the current league also. So first they'll give you references, तो उससे ना क्वेश्चन आपको बहुत बड़ा बड़ा लगेगा, ठीक है. देन दे आस्क द क्वेश्चन. सो सैलरीज, दिस इज रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. Salaries and purchase of raw material, again revenue expenditure. Cost of reallocating all the entry, so this is again revenue expenditure. Installation cost is generally capitalized as capex, ठीक है. So this is capex. So option D will be right answer for this particular question without any doubt, right? Next one, ABC Limited, a manufacturing company that purchase and sell electronic goods, they recently made some expenditures related to their business operations. So you have to determine the whether each of this capital with C and this with R. I guess we have solved this particular one. No. So capital purchase of factory building, it is capital. Repair and maintenance of expenses, revenue. Then we have acquisition of patents, capital. Then we have like something like this, capital, revenue, capital. Fourth one, purchase of raw material, revenue. Payment of salaries, revenue. Installation of new software, capital. And advertisement expense, revenue. Okay, so capital, revenue, capital, revenue, capital, revenue, capital, revenue, revenue, capital. So option C will be right answer for this particular question. Understood guys? तो बहुत आसान सा क्वेश्चन था, ठीक है. The capital expenditure is debited to, so asset side of the balance sheet, ठीक है. So asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, yes, option 1 will be right answer for this one. Next one, an expense which is incurred while accounting period, it will keep showing the benefit over the period of 2 to 3 years. Okay, this was the question which I was talking around the deferred revenue expenditure. Deferred revenue, right? So it's a case of revenue expenditure. So under revenue expenditure, we have deferred revenue expenditure. Okay? So like advertisement cost. Okay? So let's say we come up with a new product, and we like initially we have to do heavy marketing expenses to advertise this particular product or to create awareness about our product in the market in the initial phases. Okay, so let's say we come up with this product, हमने खूब सारा marketing आपका किया. So अब हमने expense तो इस साल किया, but the benefit is like that advertisement will keep showing benefits for 1 year, 2 years or 3 years. So these kind of expenditure are further defined as your deferred revenue expenditure. Please pay your attention here with the definition. Deferred revenue expenditure is an expense which is incurred while accounting period, and the result and benefit of this expenditure is obtained over multiple years in future. Example, revenue is used for advertisement is deferred revenue expenditure because it will keep showing the benefits over the period of 2 to 3 years. Understood? Next one. Freight expenses for moving a new machinery to factory. We purchase that machinery from US and there are some freight costs. That is part of capital expenditure, right? I hope you guys remember that particular one, right? Next one. Which of the following is not a deferred revenue expenditure? So now we have some other example of deferred revenue as well. Preliminary expenses for setting up a company. Right issue is not a deferred revenue expenditure. It is categorized as revenue expenditure itself. So huge sale promotion, deferred revenue. Cost of preparing project, आपका deferred revenue. ठीक है. So these are the three which is generally known as deferred revenue, but this is generally categorized as your basically it is accounted in a accounting period itself. Okay, so whenever companies they come up with the right issue and all, okay, so the amount is adjusted in the same period. So that is generally known as revenue. An expense which is incurred while accounting period and it will keep showing benefit. Okay, it's a repeat question, sorry. Next one. An expenditure which is generating revenue for more than 1 year, so it is known as capital expenditure. Expenditure generate revenue for same year, it is generally known as revenue expenditure. So capital and revenue. Capital and revenue means option B will be our correct answer for this one. Installation expense. Installation expense is generally categorized as capital expenditure, right? So it is capital expenditure. So this is it. तो गाइस ये आपका पूरा यूनिट और मतलब जितना मैक्सिमम एरियाज आपके हो सकते हैं आपके मैकमिलन का 100% कंटेंट के अलाइन करते हुए सारे क्वेश्चन जो हमने यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस किया. आई होप यू एंजॉय दिस सेशन. तो कैसा लगा सेशन जरूर आपका कमेंट्स में लिख के शेयर करें अपने फीडबैक्स और अपने जो अगर आपको पसंद आया तो अपने दोस्तों के साथ जो भी बैंकर्स प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं for JIB examination or even for CIB or other certifications, so you can mention into you can share with them also, right? So hope everybody is enjoying these particular series. You have to be constant, you have to be regular, and if you'll follow these particular classes on a regular basis, so believe me guys, you will be able to score very good marks in your coming JIB examination, right? So first you have to go through the concept video. So there are module wise compilation is already there for IE and IFS as well as for AFM. Soon I'll start classes based on IE and IFS also. So right now, like first at least cover that till that time you can cover the IE and IFS module wise compilation with MCQs as well as concept. So you will be prepared for this examination. This is my Telegram group, guys. You can join this particular one. And if you are having any query and if you need any help from my side, just feel free to ask, right? So this is it from my side for today's session. I'll see you tomorrow at same time and we will discuss one another session or one another topic of this particular week. Okay. So this is it. Bye bye. Take care all. Have a nice day. Thank you.